There are words that resonate like a distant echo, but awaken something profound within us. Store these items as soon as possible. Preserve them, safeguard them before it's too late. A message that at first glance seems trivial, almost a simple practical recommendation, but which in reality conceals a warning. A signal that many have already perceived, but few have truly understood. Because there are moments in history when time does not flow as before. Moments when the air becomes denser, the silence heavier, and everything around seems to announce that something is about to happen. The prophets called it the time of trial, the mystics, the purification. And those who listen with an open heart know that this time has arrived. The prophecies, from Medjugorje to Akita, from Fatima to the revelations of Luz de Maria, all speak with different languages, but with an identical message: prepare yourselves, not only spiritually but also physically. Because a moment will come when the world as we know it will stop. The lights will go out, the sounds will dissolve, and silence will envelop everything. Store these items as soon as possible. But what objects are we really talking about? Perhaps it's not just about food or water, but about instruments of spiritual survival. Signs that remind us who we are, to whom we belong, and that not everything will end in fear. Blessed candles, rosaries, miraculous metals, holy water, ancient symbols, yet charged with power. Objects that in a time of darkness will become signs of light. Because it's no coincidence that for months now, more and more people around the world are feeling the same urgency to set something aside, to preserve what is needed, to prepare for silence. It's as if an invisible thread is connecting distant hearts, all driven by the same inner call. It's not fear, it's intuition. It's as if the spirit itself is whispering, "Hurry, time is no longer as it was before." Many have already perceived the signs, the climate going mad, wars multiplying, and confusion growing everywhere. And those who have faith know that none of this is random, because every prophecy always announces two things: danger and hope. And hope this time is contained precisely in those few words. Store these items as soon as possible, to preserve, to prepare, to safeguard, not out of fear, but out of obedience. Because God never abandons his children, but warns them. He guides them through signs, words, and intuitions. And today, this phrase resonates as one of those mysterious calls that cannot be ignored. No one knows exactly when or how, but something is moving. The veil is slowly lifting, and those who know how to read the signs feel it clearly. The world is entering a new phase, a passage that will separate light from darkness, faith from fear, and courage from indifference. And only those who are ready will be able to cross it without losing their way. For this reason, it's not simply advice, but a sacred invitation. To set aside what is needed, to bless what is preserved, and above all, to prepare the heart. Because it's not just a matter of material survival, but of spiritual salvation. Every blessed object, every candle, every drop of consecrated water is like a small fragment of light that in the time of darkness will still be able to illuminate. And perhaps, when darkness envelops the earth, it will be precisely those signs that remind us that the light never goes out. Store these items as soon as possible. It's not a human warning, it's a heavenly call. It's time to listen. It's time to act, before the silence arrives, before everything changes. When Our Lady of Medjugorje invites her children to prepare, she never speaks vaguely. Every word is a sign. Every invitation hides a profound meaning. And among the strongest signs she has left are precisely the objects she asks to be kept with faith, because they are not simple religious symbols, but instruments of spiritual protection for the times that are about to come. The first and most important among these is the rosary. Our Lady has called it the most powerful weapon against darkness. It's not a prayer like others, it's a chain of light that binds heaven to earth. At Medjugorje, she has repeated many times, "With the rosary you can even stop wars." In a time when confusion dominates hearts, holding the rosary in one's hands means remaining anchored to grace. It's like wielding an invisible sword that defends the soul and protects the home. The second object is the blessed candle. Our Lady has said that, during the days of darkness, only blessed candles will burn. This is not a poetic image, but a prophetic message. The light of the candle doesn't only serve to illuminate a room, it represents faith that endures when everything around is dark. To preserve it, to bless it, to light it in prayer, means to keep the divine presence alive even in the most dramatic moments. The third gift to preserve is blessed water. In many messages, the Virgin has recalled that blessed water is a sign of purification and protection against evil. Use it with faith, she has said. Bless your homes, your children, your hearts. During the difficult times that are approaching, this simple gesture will be a way to seal one's home against the forces that will attempt to extinguish inner peace. Then there is the cross, not to be confused with a simple decorative object. Our Lady has asked to keep it in the home, visible, and to kiss it every day. Because the cross is the sign of God's victory over evil. Those who honor it, who contemplate it, renew within themselves the awareness that suffering is not the end, but the passage toward salvation. Finally, Our Lady has spoken of the miraculous medal and the medal of Saint Benedict, two spiritual instruments of defense against dark powers. To wear them is not superstition, but a sign of faith. It's a way of saying, I belong to God, not to the world. And in the time of deception, this will be the sign that distinguishes those who live in the light from those who let themselves be dragged into chaos. At Medjugorje, the Virgin has never promised that her children will be spared from the trial, but she has promised that they will be protected if they remain under her mantle. And these blessed objects, kept with faith, are nothing other than instruments through which heaven will manifest that protection. Because days will come when words will no longer be enough. A time will come when prayer will be the only force capable of resisting the darkness. And then those who will have preserved the light, who will have prepared these signs of grace with humility and love, will be like a lamp burning in the heart of the night. Many wonder why Our Lady insists so much on preparation, on keeping blessed objects, on not delaying. Yet, those who have followed the messages of Medjugorje over the years know that every call from the Virgin is never merely symbolic. It is always a veiled prophecy, an appeal to read the times with spiritual eyes. The 10 secrets entrusted to the visionaries are not fables or metaphors. They are real events that will happen in the visible world. Some concern the Church, others all of humanity. But they all have one purpose: to purify, to awaken, to separate truth from deception. This is why Our Lady, for decades now, has been preparing her children to live these times not with fear, but with faith. The signs she has asked us to preserve are not amulets, but bridges of grace. When darkness descends, not only physical but spiritual, these signs will be like beacons pointing the way to God. The rosary, the candle, the blessed water, the cross, everything that today may seem like simple devotion will then become an instrument of survival for the soul. The visionaries have repeated it many times. The world will enter a period of great confusion, and what is coming will be so sudden as to catch everyone by surprise. But those who will have listened to the Mother will not find themselves unprepared. Because Our Lady never prepares for disaster, but for victory. She does not push toward fear, but toward active, concrete, luminous faith. When the secrets begin to unfold, faith will be put to the test. Many will doubt, others will scatter. But those who will have kept prayer in their hearts, who will have blessed their homes, who will have kept alive the light of the rosary and the candle, will feel the maternal presence of the Virgin as never before. It will be like being wrapped in an invisible mantle, while outside everything wavers. The time of darkness will not only be physical but spiritual. It will be a time when truth will be turned upside down, when evil will try to pass itself off as good, and when the voice of heaven will be suffocated by the noise of the world. This is why Our Lady has asked her children to prepare now, not tomorrow, not when it will be too late. Store these items as soon as possible. It is not a material invitation, it is a spiritual command. It's like saying, seal your faith, secure your soul, because the world will be shaken, and only those who are rooted in prayer will not be overwhelmed. Every lit candle will be like a small ark in the flood. Every rosary recited will be a thread binding earth to heaven. Every drop of blessed water sprinkled in homes will be like a blessing that repels evil. And those who live these signs with a pure heart will have nothing to fear. Because Our Lady does not abandon her children in darkness. She prepares them, warns them, and accompanies them. And when the world stops, when the secrets begin to manifest one after another, it will be precisely these small gestures of faith that make the difference between those who give in to fear and those who remain steadfast in hope. And then it will be understood that the true preparation was not for the survival of the body, but for that of the soul. Because those who will have believed, who will have preserved the light, will be ready to welcome the new day that will be born after the longest night in history.